Yo, peace everyone, what is going on? I'm back, welcome. Actually, it's been a very long time. So welcome to another episode of the Two British Nerds, hosted by myself, the DJ Sava. Please check me out on the Instagram at Two British Nerds with a Z. Check out the YouTube page, Two British Nerds with a Z. Check out my personal Twitter at CAVA DJ, man. You know how we do. I'm back after a long time. As you can hear my voice, my hay fever has kicked back in, and it's making me feel a little bit drowsy, man. So I am back. I'm back. Been off for a long time, but like I said, I'm back, keeping this podcast really to the core essentials and keeping it short and sweet. But the usual podcast will be again on a weekly basis. And like I said, I hope everyone has been blessed. I hope everyone is enjoying the spring. I'm in the UK, so the weather's up and down. About 2 hours ago, it was just completely rain, and now it's just hot rain. So it's totally messed up. So let me just get comfortable as I'm chilling on my bed right now. So I did say before that I'll be getting my my Canon camera to do my video podcast. I don't have it yet, but hopefully by the end of this month I should have it. I know I was saying I was gonna get it about 2 months ago and I didn't, but hopefully at the end of this month, I should be getting it. So cool, man. Let's get into this week's podcast. So just today in the morning, for me it was around the afternoon. They dropped the Star Wars Rogue One trailer. I watched it. I thought it was pretty cool. It was pretty alright. It looked very it looked very good, man. There was a sense of drama in it. I guess I liked it. Because when I saw the mentioning of the Death Star, then I knew that potentially now we might actually, it's been confirmed that we will be seeing Darth Vader, but there was no Darth Vader in this teaser trailer. So hopefully in the next trailer we will see the Man in Black himself. But it was a pretty cool trailer. It had drama, a bit of action, a bit of humor to it, which you wouldn't really see in Star Wars, but because it's quote unquote Disney, I guess you'll be getting that from now on. Looks like they're having a female as a lead character in this movie right here. But it was pretty cool, man. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, please check it out. Just go on YouTube and type in Star Wars Rogue One. Or if you can't, if you can't find it, so just go to the official Twitter page, which is Star Wars, and the link is there for the trailer. But I'm pretty excited about this movie because I get to see Darth Vader. After seeing The Force Awakens of Kylo Ren, I was like, he wasn't a good villain, man. And even as a quote unquote Sith Lord, he wasn't up to it. And I guess Star Wars Rogue One is about bringing that back into the movie. So it was confirmed a while ago that Darth Vader would actually be in the movie. So I'm pretty excited to see him. Is he going to be, CGI'd? Is he, is it going to be a man in a suit? Who knows? But I'm really looking forward to seeing him. And I'm just happy that it's actually set. I believe Star Wars Rogue One is set between episode 1 and episode 2. So it's nice to see that we're actually going back to the origins with another part of the faction and the rebellion to see what they did and so forth. So I'm pretty excited. And I wonder, this will actually tie into the next Star Wars movie, which is next year. So pretty excited to actually just really see what happens. Like I said, I'm not a Star Wars fanatic, but I just love the mythology and science behind Star Wars. So I will be in the movies watching this one, guys. So I can't wait. Next up, we have some news from Doctor Strange. So, just a few days ago, they released a lot of set videos, which was, pretty cool to see the master of the mystical arts himself, Doctor Strange, Cumberbatch, with his with Baron Mordor, and it was pretty cool to see the set photos all in HD quality. His suit, I mean, Stranger's suit looked okayish, but compared to the comics, obviously for me the comic version looked much better. But then again, I guess the suit could change in the movie, and with effects and so forth, it probably looked pretty cool. Baron Mordo looked really cool, man. I mean, he just looked very cool in the green suit. Looked totally dope. What I'm really looking forward to see is how they take the take on Baron Mordo, because in the comics he's actually stronger than Doctor Strange. So I want to see how that plays out. And I all know from what I was hearing that he's actually not the villain, which is a bit strange. So I'll have to see how they switched up Baron Mordo in this movie. But the set photos are, because they were pretty cool. I've got some of them on my phone, on my Instagram. Check me out at Two British Nerds with a Z. But he looked pretty cool, pretty colorful, and just seeing like Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. He actually, he is Doctor Strange from seeing him. He has the persona, the energy, and he has also like the mysticism about him. That for me spells that Doctor Stephen Strange. He's got the facial expressions, it's just like he has the persona about him that says to me that he's actually Doctor Strange. So it was pretty cool. Some of the photos of him running around, jumping and so forth. But I can't wait. The movie comes at the end of this year, I believe in December. I really can't wait, because this is Marvel's first time actually going into dealing with occult, magic entities, darkness, and so forth. They did say actually the movie was going to be quote unquote dark, due to Doctor Strange is actually, if you read the origin story, his origin story is a bit dark. So if you guys want to know about Doctor Strange, and please, you can actually now on Amazon pick up the volume 1. So Masterworks volume 1, Doctor Strange. Get that, and that gives you his first appearances, his origin story, and so forth. That will literally break you guys into the character that is the man himself, Doctor Strange, the master of the mystical arts. He's also known to dabble in the black arts as well. So pretty cool, pretty amazing. I'm really excited to see how Marvel actually now deal with this occult scene that dwells in the the occult. I can't wait to see. I just can't wait to see this movie, man, because he is literally one of my favorite characters. I love magic and the occult scene, and I've always been drawn to Doctor Strange, otherwise known as Stephen Strange. So that it's pretty cool. What was funny was in the state, I believe they were filming in Manhattan, and he actually went in there with the camera crew and the director, which I believe is Scott Derrickson. Please excuse me if I got that wrong. But he goes into Cumberbatch goes into the comic book dressed as Doctor Strange, and takes a selfie with a Doctor Strange comic book, which is Doctor Strange, the Oath, which is pretty cool. Which is another good comic, which is like a retelling of the origin story and so forth. But it's a pretty cool book to get as well. But like I said, guys, get Masterworks Volume 1 of Doctor Strange, and that will break you guys into the movie. And if you can get Volume 2, you can, which is actually, you can get Volume 2. Volume 3 is very expensive because it's the first time his suit actually changes and so forth. So I need to get it in my collection, but it's going for like £100 to £200, which I can't give away. So I can't afford it, but I really want to have it in my collection. Speaking of Doctor Strange, just moving on quickly to Funko Pop. Funko Pop vinyls. They're actually bringing out some really cool Marvel pops. Some of them are actually vintage. So you can get Spider-Gwen, and if you don't know who Spider-Gwen is, this is Gwen Stacy in an alternative universe. Peter Parker does, and she actually becomes Spider-Man or Spider-Gwen in that reality. So and she's basically Gwen Stacy, if you didn't know. So that'll be Marvel's first ever Gwen Stacy Funko pop for her. So that'll be a really good one to get, because it'll be limited. I mean, it'll come out not a limited release, but it'll be a limited quantity. So get it as soon as you can. And of course, they're doing a Doctor Strange pop, so I am definitely gonna get that. They're doing Doctor Octavius, the vintage Doctor Octavius is, he looks pretty cool. They're doing the Falcon, the vintage Falcon, the Falcon from Captain America, just so you guys know. They're also doing She-Hulk, which is pretty cool. She looks pretty cool. And they are doing Captain Marvel. So this will be like the first time these pops are actually coming around. So I'm literally by all of them because it's a collection for me and I need to have them because it's something vintage. But I'm definitely getting Doctor Strange, man, because he looks as a character, like I love him, but as a pop, as a Funko Pop, I'm definitely getting it, and I will be getting the Doctor Strange Hot Toys when that comes out as well. So, whoa, get me! Can't wait to get that. So yeah, that's a bit of Doctor Strange news for you. Oh, before I forget, jeez, totally forgot. The trailer, because they've actually finished. They have finished filming Doctor Strange. So officially, it's been confirmed by Marvel and so forth and everyone else that the first trailer will come out next week on the 12th of April. That's next week on the 12th of April. So I'm not gonna be doing anything. So I'm just, as soon as that trailer drops, I'll be going ballistic on Twitter, ballistic on my Facebook as well. So yes, so that's actually what I really wanted to speak to you guys about, but I almost slipped my tongue. So what else are we gonna go into? Well, we're gonna go into a bit of reviews. So I'm gonna be reviewing Daredevil quickly and Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. So Daredevil season 2 Netflix was totally amazing. Like, just like the first season, it had more of it kind of slowed down. It was a bit slow, but then it just went straight into it. The storyline was amazing. It was like it was just so nice. It was so dope, man. Like the way the story the characters was interaction with each other, the point where you thought they were gonna combust, that Nelson Murdoch was gonna go sideways. It was pretty cool, man. I mean, the tone of it was pretty dark as well. I really enjoyed seeing, of course, the Punisher, man. I mean, Frank Castle, right? The Punisher, man. The Punisher. I mean, he was insanely crazy, right? I mean, he was the Punisher. His facial expressions, to his body language, to his words, to his mind, to how he was taking people out, killing people, was just crazy, man. And I totally enjoyed him. The scene where he's in the diner and he stabs the guy. He stabs the guy like at least maybe six to 10 times and kills him. Gets the gun, smacks the guy over the head, splits his head open, shoots him in the head. I mean, he was amazing, man. Like, he was so calm, but it was so crazy at the same time. And I really enjoyed that they actually put him in there. And I really hope that if the rumors are true, that he's actually getting his own Netflix TV show, which he definitely deserves. It was pretty nuts, man. Also to see Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, in there was totally amazing. To see how he's operating in the prison, how he's taking that competition, how he actually manages to get the Punisher to kill a certain member in the prison, so he actually takes full control of the prison. The Kingpin is totally crazy in there. He's nuts, and I just totally enjoyed seeing him there. The show was just really amazing, man. I mean, I watched it literally because I waited a week and so forth to watch it because I had a few things to do. But when I sat down, I think I finished it within like a day and a half, and I loved it. And I was like, no, it's gonna end. It's gonna end. It was amazing, and of course, Elektra was insanely good. I loved the suit. I loved her persona. It was Elektra. She was just so. She just didn't know what to make of her. She was so powerful, but she was so compassionate and loving at the same time. Really enjoyed her, man. I really enjoyed the whole show. It was really, 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 really good. And I think Marvel have done very, very well so far with the Netflix shows. You know, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and next up will be Luke Cage and an Iron Fist. And you know, Daredevil will be coming out for season 3 next year as well. So you know, it was a darn good show, man, and I really just really enjoyed it. Like I love Matt Murdock. You know, Charlie Cox, he plays him so cool. From his the way he talks to the walk, he is, you know, he is actually now Matt Murdock. Everywhere you see him, you probably like, yep, you're Matt Murdock. You know, whatever he's done in the past, like whatever his career was in the past, like acting and so forth. You'd be like, no, excuse me, but you're just Matt Murdock. It's like if you see Will Smith, the first thing you think of now is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So yeah, it was totally amazing. The tone of it was pretty dark. It had more intensity than the last season. You know, the last season was about Daredevil becoming Daredevil and finding himself. But this season's about basically him trying to work with himself and trying to sort things out. You know, trying to sort. He has issues with his friends. You know, Nelson the Murdoch and Karen as well, and he has problems outside of work when he's becoming Daredevil. Um, and it's so cool in season 2 when he gets the nunchucks that actually allow him to fly around, which is pretty cool, man. Like, I was like, yes, 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 yes. I mean, it was amazing, man. I just totally loved the show. It was it was so cool, man. It's like it was dark where it was supposed to be. It was actually what it was supposed to be, and it was just story what it was supposed to be. So it had equal parts of everything, which made it a very, very cool show. So you never thought you were like being sucked into too much action, too much drama, too much talking, and so forth. But it really was, it was woven together in such a structured context that it just all flowed very, very cool. And you know, going back to structure, this is why I like Marvel, because they structure their things very efficiently. So you know, not in respect to DC, because I do love, you know, I love watching DC shows, but DC push out too many TV shows and it's too much. Sometimes it's really too much for the viewers. But at least with Marvel, they do, like, for example, Agents of Shield break, Agent Carter break, and Agent of Shield comes on, and then you have a Netflix show. So you know it's balanced, and then you have the movies as well. So you don't feel like you're bombarded all the time. So they're very structured in the way they do their things, and they don't give you a lot, and they don't give you too much. You know what I'm saying? They make you want it, which is pretty cool. So you know, shout out to Marvel TV and Marvel Studios, and Marvel Entertainment in general. You guys are pretty cool in what you do here. But you know, if you haven't seen Daredevil season 2, please watch it. All the characters are so cool in there, and what it is, when you're watching Daredevil, you're not watching it for Matt, you're not watching it for Daredevil, you're not watching it for the Punisher. Every single person has a part to play in the show. So it's not like you're seeing it for a main character. You actually get to see everyone in the show, which is pretty cool. Like, for example, Claire, the nurse. You know, I love Claire. Loved her in season 1. I loved her in Jessica Jones, and I loved her in Daredevil season 2. So you know, even Claire, you get to see a lot of her, and she's very influential. You know, she's like Matt Murdock's um, Alfred, you know, like Batman's Alfred. You know, she kind of tells him what to do and so forth. But obviously, sometimes he just doesn't listen. But she's like the reason, the voice of reason, and I love her. She's beautiful to look at. I mean, she's beautiful. She's black and she's beautiful. If you hear me, you are black and you are beautiful. I love her. She's so nice, and I just love the way she acts. I love her character. You know. So yeah, man. She's very cool, man, and it was cool to see her. Also to see like Karen in this. She went through so much craziness in this season. Like, I'm surprised she was like even still alive. But it was a very, very emotional season, and it just made you think, ooh, ooh. To also see the flashbacks and to see the flashbacks also basically in what how Matt Murdock's life was, to see him punching up the guy that actually killed his dad was just crazy, you know. So yeah, it was good, man. Like, if you haven't seen season 2, please go and watch it. It was totally cool, man. And I just can't wait to see more of Marvel's Netflix shows and to see season 3 when that comes out. So yeah, man, Daredevil season 2, Netflix, Marvel, dope. Seriously, the show's amazing, man. You have to watch it, and I cannot wait to see. Basically, like I said, I keep repeating myself. I can't wait to see season 3. Right. Next up. we have Batman versus Superman. Right now, this movie has got so much controversy. It's got so much mixed reviews that people are like, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't want to watch it. And even a friend of mine, like, was talking to him the other day. He was like, "Oh, it's got mixed reviews. I don't want to watch it." I said to him, "Listen, man, just go and watch the movie." So I was excited to watch the movie. Um, I went in there with my friends, and I watched it, and I was at the end of it, I was like, okay. So like, a lot of people was slating it, saying it was garbage, it was poor. For me, it was just an okay movie. I didn't hate the movie. I didn't think the movie was terrible, but for me, it was an okay movie. There's a lot of things obviously that people were picking up on that they disagreed about, but I mean, come on, like, at the end of the day, it's it was just an okay movie. But I think what it was when I watched the movie, and I think this probably everybody will relate to this. The fact is, the movie was hyped up so much, right? That when you came to watch it, you were like, "Huh, is this it?" So it didn't live up to the hype. And for me, it was more of a prequel to the next movie, which is obviously you know which is Justice League. So one of the things I didn't like about the movie was, and it's not like a diss or burn to DC or anything, but it was like at the beginning of the movie. And if you haven't seen the movie, then I'm gonna just say it because the movie's been out for a while now. So if you haven't seen the movie, then please avoid this and go watch the movie. But so at the beginning of the movie, you see Batman's origin story. You're like, come on, seriously. You're like, how many times? How many times do we need to see the Batman origin story? It's like, how many times do we need to see the Superman origin story? How many times do we need to see Spider-Man's origin story in all the Sony movies? Like, just leave it out. No one wants to know. No one cares. Everyone knows. That was really irritating. I was like, oh, come on, man, not again. It was pretty dark as well. Um, I felt like Henry Cavill, that plays Superman, didn't really get any much lines in the movie. He hardly said anything in the movie yet again, and that was a bit disappointing because in Man of Steel it was exactly the same thing. He didn't hardly say anything. You know, and this one, it was pretty much the same. He was like my friend said to me, he was like standing like a plank of wood with his facial expressions. Even when he was Clark Kent, you didn't see hardly any of Clark Kent. And when you did see him, he only had like a few words. And it's like, the Clark Kent that you see it doesn't feel like it's CK. It doesn't feel like it's Clark Kent. Just due to the fact that there isn't that humor, there isn't that spice about him. It's just very, very serious. Now I know DC have taken a whole new tip on Superman. But at the end of the day, guys, and if you're a DC fan, you agree with me on this, that Superman isn't a serious character. He's not a serious character. He drinks milk and eats cookies. He basically is a Boy Scout. And that Clark Kent was a bit serious. It's like he was very, very stiff. Even that Superman, he was very, very he was very stiff. And I just didn't understand, like, why. Give the guy a bit of a persona, because you didn't get that. You did not get that with him in this movie, and you saw hardly any of him. You saw him hardly in the movie, I guess. For me, like, you saw more Ben Affleck than anything else. Like, thinking of it, it was a Batman movie with a Superman cameo, pretty much. But Ben Affleck as Batman, he was he was cool. His tone was much, much darker than pretty much all the Batman movies I've seen in the past. He was cool. He's a dark character. He's got a dark the dark side behind him. But another thing my friend said to me, and he was like, and I agreed with him. I was like, right, okay, that makes sense. He said, like, they refer to him as the Bat. They don't refer to him as Batman. So what does that mean? Does that mean all those years ago, they've pretty much discarded that part of him being a vigilante, because he's not mentioned as a vigilante in the movie, or as Batman, just as the Bat. So it's like, hold on a second. So what have you guys done with him? Do you know what I'm saying? So that was a bit okay. What else? Going to, oh, of course, I can't forget. My favorite reason I wanted to watch this movie, because I just wanted to see Wonder Woman, because cause I'm a Marvel fan, right? I'm not into DC that much. I can't tell you that much about their history and so forth. But I just, really, really love and I enjoy Wonder Woman. I love her books. But to see her in that movie and to see her actually go in there and fight, I was like, yeah. To see her against Darkseid, you know, she was cool. The sword, the shield, and of course the lasso. I was like, yes, 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 yes. So she was really cool. She was, as Diana is, she's very calm, cool, sensitive, very caring. But when it comes to fighting, she's a beast. And if you read the current run, that she's actually the goddess of war after Ares dies. But yeah, she was pretty cool. She was just so nice. I mean, can I say I was like, yeah, she is cool. She had a few scenes as well, which is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. And I really did enjoy her, performance. Lex Luthor was crazy. He was nuts, but he looked a bit like Jim Carrey in a way, which was a bit crazy. But he was insanely nuts. He was insanely smart, and he was nuts. He actually had a good role in the movie. He actually played Lex Luthor to the T. But now, some of the things didn't really make sense. Like, for example, how he went when he went into the archives, into the ship to read the Kryptonian database. Obviously, he was told he actually tells, yeah, he goes Kal-El or Clark Kent to Superman. But I'm like, and my friend was like the same. He said to me, "Hold on a second, how does he know he was Clark Kent?" Because the archives in the ship are giving him Kryptonian history, right? So he wasn't known as Clark Kent because he probably wasn't even born back then. Superman. So how did they manage to tell us that Lex Luthor knows that he's Clark Kent? So a lot of things didn't add up in the movie. Like the fight scene also, why Batman and Superman were fighting, that was a bit, didn't really make sense, I guess. But it wasn't really a good move. But overall, man, it was like, I thought it was an okay movie. Like I said, it was more of a prequel than anything else to the next movie. So it was, I guess, more drama. There was more drama and a lot of talking, which I didn't really like. There was a lot of talking in the movie. And I was like, oh, come on, man. Like, it's too much talking. What's going on? And that was one thing that pretty much made me think, oh, man, like, really? It kind of took long for the movie to go into action. Another thing, I think they just put too much in there. They put a lot of basically, what do you call it? A lot of bits in the movie. Like you have Zod, you have Luthor, you have Darks, you have obviously the coming of Darkseid. He's coming down. You have a lot of they put a lot of things in the movie. Can't forget the cameos. The only cameo that was good was probably Wonder Woman's. Like, no, sorry, so Wonder Woman and Cyborg. He had the best cameo. Aquaman, he was like, he wasn't. It was like he was trying to breathe underwater. For Flash, just two cameos were like, they were all that. The dream sequence was pretty cool, but it wasn't a dream sequence. It was actually, I believe, set in the future, which is totally amazing. I really enjoyed that. I think it was cool. But like I said, for me, it was an okay movie. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't garbage that people are saying it had to be. It was just an okay movie. And, from obviously the money it's made, it cleared that 400 million within the first 3-4 days. And now it's made 700 or over 700 mil. So, regardless of what the fans are saying, the shareholders in Warner Brothers, they're like, okay, cool. So we've made this much money. We're definitely gonna make more movies now. Because this movie was like for DC, it's the kicking off point. The fans may not be that happy with the movie, but at the end of the day, it's about making money, and they've made money. Like it hasn't been what 3 weeks, right? And it's made 700 mil. So this will be DC's first movie that makes. I reckon it will make 1 billion. You know, It'll be up there with Avengers and so forth. So I'm happy with DC because I want them to basically just to do more movies. The only thing I just wish they would do is just inject more color into their movies and not make the characters that are not dark like Superman. At least give him a bit more color and so forth. For humor, personality. Come on, it's Superman. This is not Batman. It's not Blade. Stay true to the character, and people will be like, cool, nice, isn't it? Pretty cool. What else do I have for you? What else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Unless I've forgotten something. I literally think I forgot to mention something that's gonna kill me. And you should have written it down. Yeah, Marvel TV. Marvel are going to be announcing a new TV show, Cloak and Dagger. No information has really been given about it, but they are basically going to announce. So they are basically going to confirm that Cloak and Dagger will be coming out. DC have announced 2 more movies that they haven't given titles to, so which is pretty cool. Love to see it. So that's more news. Love to see basically. Love to see what movie they're gonna do. It's cool. Like I said, like my friend was saying to me, if Batman vs Superman takes off for them, they'll do more things with them. Oh, my throat. Throat's killing me. But yeah, it's good to see that basically DC are doing this now, and I'm happy that this movie's kicking off for them. So we're gonna get more stuff from DC, which is pretty cool. Well, looks like that's it. That's my review on Batman and Superman. Good movie. Do watch it. And judge for yourself. Daredevil, totally amazing. As a TV show, picks up right after season 1, amazing. And of course, we have Doctor Strange coming out this year. We also have Doctor Strange, and we have, of course, Civil War, which comes out at the end of the month. And I am getting my ticket, guys, and I am watching it. Jeez, and I'm getting pretty much all the freebie Civil War merchandise in the movies. It actually comes out a day before I get paid. That really sucks, right? It really comes out like a few days before I get paid. So April the 29th, 29th, we get it in the UK. And then the States get it on May the 6th. That being said, hopefully I should have my camera back then, so you be seeing my little, pardon me, my little reviews basically, my little video reviews when I come out of the movies or when I get home. So I really can't wait for this, guys. So yeah, with that being said, guys, peace, love, and like. Catch me next week. Oh, wait. I actually forgot to say the Black Panther comic came out yesterday. It was totally, I loved it. It was cool. I mean, I got it because I love the Black Panther. It had a lot of drama. It had a lot of chaos. It kind of kicks in where the Black Panther's nation has been literally split apart, and he has to find a way to, unite you deal with the problem and unite the fractions in Wakanda. It's pretty cool. I got it because one, Black Panther is black, so I love to see more diversity in comics in general. The creative team are black as well, the writer and the illustrator, and it's gonna be bad. I totally forgot their names. Oh, sucks. But please, guys, if you haven't picked up the Black Panther issue 1, it's only what £2 or $3. Pick it up. Let me know what you guys think. Read it. And remember, it's it's a pretty cool book. I love the artwork. I just love to see him in the comics, man. He's seriously a sick character. Him and Doctor Strange. Jeez. But yeah, man. It was cool. It had a lot of drama, as you would expect from a Black Panther comic. I'm looking forward to see how in this new run that they actually show you the potential or the mind of the Panther, because he's actually smart. He's very smart. He's smarter than Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, and he's smarter than Mr. Fantastic. Reed Richards. He's actually the smartest one out of all of them, and I'd love to see how they capture his potential, his energy, his loyalty to his people, and how he uses his mind to push things forward and elevate his country, man. His nation, Wakanda. Jeez. But yeah, guys, pick it up. It only came out yesterday. It's actually gone viral on Twitter. I posted it on my Twitter page. My copy of it. I got like 60 likes, which is pretty cool for me. But it's gone viral. It's a good book. Judge it for yourself. My phone's popping off like crazy. With that being said, guys, peace, love, and inner light. I'll catch you guys next week, Wednesday, for another episode of the Two British Nerds. But I mean, hopefully next week there'll be two of us, maybe more. You never know. So peace, love, and light. Check it out, guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.